U.S. federal health agencies will call for an immediate pause in use of Johnson & Johnson's single-dose COVID-19 vaccine after 6 U.S. recipients developed a rare disorder involving blood clots, the New York Times reported. All the 6 recipients were women between the ages of 18 and 48. One woman died, and a second woman in Nebraska has been hospitalized in critical condition. The Food and Drug Administration, Johnson & Johnson, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The move from U.S. regulators comes less than a week after Europe's drug regulator said it was reviewing rare blood clots in 4 people in the United States who received the shot.
우선 정부는 일본 정부의 후쿠시마 원전 오염수 해양 방출 결정에 대해
The South Korean government on Tuesday expressed strong regret over the Japanese government's decision to release contaminated water from the Fukushima nuclear station into the sea. Japan plans to release more than 1 million tons of contaminated water from the destroyed Fukushima nuclear station into the sea, a move opposed by neighbors including South Korea and its own fishing industry. Following Japan's announcement, South Korea officials from various ministries held an emergency meeting on Tuesday to discuss the government's countermeasures. Reuters TV on Tuesday filmed several warships sailing on Don River as part of a move from the Caspian Sea to the Black Sea. Russian Defense Ministry said that the transition involves 15 ships of the Caspian Flotilla, including 3 artillery and 8 landing warships, as well as support vessels to take part in exercises. Western nations and Ukraine have voiced concern over a Russian military buildup near Ukraine. Moscow has said its forces will stay put as long as it sees fit and that they pose no threat. On Tuesday, it said it was beginning a planned combat readiness inspection of its forces that would involve more than 4,000 drills this month. Russia's Black Sea Fleet is based in Crimea, which Russia annexed from Ukraine in 2014. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg called on Russia to withdraw troops that the alliance says Moscow is massing on Ukraine's borders, ahead of an emergency meeting of allied foreign and defense ministers. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba flew to Brussels for talks with Stoltenberg a day after Kyiv accused the Kremlin of ignoring its request for talks between the 2 countries' presidents over a buildup of Russian troops near its border. Kyiv and Moscow have traded blame of the worsening situation in the eastern Donbas region, where Ukrainian troops have battled Russian-backed forces and the conflict, Kyiv says, has killed 14,000 people since 2014. Kuleba called for further economic sanctions against Moscow and more military help to Kyiv. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Brussels on Tuesday and is due to hold talks with Kuleba.
ちょうどほぼ1年前に延期が決まって、で逆に言えばそれまで準備をずっと
Preparations for the Tokyo Summer Olympics are going smoothly, but the COVID-19 pandemic remains a challenge 100 days ahead of the Games, said Hidemasa Nakamura, the top organizing committee official. Nakamura also said it was important to be transparent and open to feedback as organizers revise their playbooks for COVID-19 countermeasures. As Wednesday marks 100 days before the start of the Olympics, organizers face major challenges and growing uncertainty as the pandemic rages around the world, impacting decisions on everything from athlete safety to spectator numbers. The biggest headache is the resurgence of coronavirus, with countries like India and Brazil battling new variants and a fresh rise in cases. In Japan, vaccinations have been the slowest among developed economies. Infections are on the rise, and experts worry the city is on the brink of an explosive jump in cases. Organizers have created the first playbooks with COVID-19 countermeasures, including rules requiring mask wearing, keeping 2 meters distance from athletes, and clapping instead of cheering. Visiting athletes will be tested at least once every 4 days, the rules say. The next update to the rules is expected later this month, and the Tokyo Olympics are scheduled to open July 23rd.
Ramadan falls under COVID-19 restrictions once again in Germany for the 2nd year running, taking place during a partial lockdown. Most restaurants are closed, gatherings of people are not allowed, and there are restrictions on movement after hours. Members of the DTIP Mosque in Wuppertal have risen to this challenge, providing iftar to go after a successful first run last year. This year, there has been an even greater demand for the service, which is free, another important factor for those suffering the financial consequences of the pandemic and subsequent lockdown. The association also provides delivery service. The community cooks and packs the food and gives it out for free to whoever orders a meal. The DTIP community in Wuppertal part of Germany's largest association of mosques, said they will be dishing out 12,000 meals over the next 30 days, 2,000 more than last year. Half of the meals are being transported to people. Many of them are old and not able to come and collect the food on their own.
12 black and white Magellanic penguins have been returned to the chilly seas off the Atlantic coast of Argentina after they were rescued and rehabilitated from health issues, including malnutrition and anemia. The boot-high penguins waddled down a windswept windy beach after being released by conservationists, paused for photos with onlookers before taking the plunge back into the sea and swimming off to freedom. The lack of plumage forced the penguins to retreat to the beach because they could not maintain the temperature in the sea. There are some 2.2 million to 3.2 million adult Magellanic penguins, named after Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan. They are mostly found around Argentina and Chile, according to the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources.